You wake up. You check your phone before your feet even touch the floor. You already feel behind. Behind on work, behind on life, behind on some version of yourself you keep promising to become someday. You tell yourself it will get better once the deadline passes, once the paycheck lands, once the relationship settles, once you finally have a little breathing room. But the breathing room never comes. And even when it does, for a moment happiness slips right past you, like you blinked and missed it. Here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. You are not waiting for happiness. Happiness is waiting for you to stop looking for it in the wrong place. Nearly 2,000 years ago, a man sat alone in a military tent on the edge of the Roman Empire, writing notes to himself that he never intended anyone else to read. He was the most powerful man alive, ruler of an empire that stretched across 3 continents, and yet he wrote the same warning to himself, over and over. In the middle of wars, plagues, and betrayal. Marcus Aurelius did not wait for his empire to calm down before he chose peace. He built it, deliberately, in the middle of chaos, because he understood something most people never learn. Happiness is not an event. It is a practice. If that idea hits something in you right now, if some part of you is tired of waiting for permission to feel good, type "I'm ready" in the comments. Let's get into it together. Shift 1. Your mind is the only empire you truly rule. Marcus Aurelius wrote it plainly in his private journal, the one historians now call Meditations. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Think about what that actually means. An emperor, a man who commanded legions and decided the fate of nations, still believed the only real territory he governed was the space between his own ears. Everything else, the wars, the Senate, the plague sweeping through Rome, was outside his control. His thoughts were the one kingdom he could actually rule. Most of us live the opposite way. We let a stranger's comment ruin our morning. We let one bad meeting convince us the whole week is doomed. We treat our thoughts like they are facts, when really, they're just weather passing through a sky that stays the same underneath. Your brain evolved to scan for danger, not for accuracy. That's why it remembers every insult louder than every compliment. That's why "I'll never figure this out" feels more true than "I've solved harder problems before." So challenge it. When the thought "nothing ever works out for me" shows up, stop and ask, is that actually true? Or is that just fear talking? You are still here. You have survived 100% of your worst days so far. That is not luck. That is evidence. Shift 2. Discipline outlasts motivation every time. Motivation is a fair weather friend. It shows up when the sun is out and disappears the second things get difficult, which is exactly when you need it most. If you are waiting to feel like meditating, exercising, or protecting your peace, you might be waiting for the rest of your life. Marcus Aurelius did not run an empire on motivation. He ran it on structure. Every morning, before the sun rose over his war camp, he reminded himself what the day would bring. Ungrateful people, difficult conversations, betrayal, maybe even his own death on the battlefield. He wasn't being pessimistic. He was preparing. The Stoics called this premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of hardship. You rehearse difficulty in advance so it never catches you off guard. You can do the same thing today, just on a smaller scale. Build a morning routine so simple it survives a bad mood. Build an evening routine so consistent it doesn't care how tired you are. When your life runs on structure instead of emotion, you stop being a hostage to how you feel on any given day. You show up because that is simply what you do now, not because you're inspired to. Shift 3. Know what is actually yours to control. Here is where most unhappiness quietly begins. We pour our energy into things we cannot change, and then wonder why we feel so exhausted. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic teachers, and who deeply shaped young Marcus Aurelius's thinking, drew a line that changed everything. Some things are within our power, some things are not. Freedom begins the moment you stop confusing the two. You cannot control the traffic, the economy, your co-worker's mood, or whether it rains on the one day you needed sunshine. You cannot control what a stranger online thinks of you, or whether your boss slept well last night. But you can control your effort, your honesty, the way you treat people when nobody is watching, the meaning you decide to attach to what happens to you. Marcus Aurelius faced an empire falling apart around him. Floods, famine, a plague that historians believe killed millions, and generals plotting behind his back. He could not control any of it. So he stopped trying to. He focused entirely on how he responded, and that focus is the only reason his name survived while most of his rivals were forgotten. Ask yourself right now, honestly, what have I been losing sleep over that I cannot actually change? And what is one small thing inside my control that I could do about it today? That question alone will hand you back a piece of your power. Shift 4. Gratitude is not soft, it is a reset button. There's a habit people dismiss as fluffy or overly sentimental that is actually one of the most well-documented ways to rewire a struggling mind. Gratitude. Seneca, another towering Stoic voice and a contemporary of the early Roman emperors, wrote that a wise man does not grieve for what he lacks, but takes joy in what he already has. Most of us do the opposite without even noticing. We scroll past 10 things going right in our lives to fixate on the one thing going wrong. Modern research on the brain backs up what Seneca said with nothing but a pen and a candle. Consistent gratitude practice appears to strengthen the same neural pathways linked to calm and contentment, while quieting the ones tied to anxiety and threat detection. In other words, gratitude does not just change your mood. Over time, it changes the architecture of your mind. Try this tonight. Write down 3 specific things. Not my family or my health, but something exact. The way your coffee tasted exactly right this morning. The friend who texted you back at just the right moment. The fact that your legs carried you up the stairs without you even having to think about it. This is not about pretending life is perfect. It is about training your attention to notice what is already working, even while something else is still hard. Shift 5. Simplify ruthlessly. You are carrying more than you were built to carry. Too many obligations you said yes to out of guilt. Too many notifications competing for your attention. Too many relationships you maintain out of habit, rather than genuine connection. The Stoics lived by a principle we could call voluntary simplicity. They understood that clutter, whether physical or mental, quietly drains the energy you need for the things that actually matter. Marcus Aurelius, despite owning virtually everything an empire could offer, slept on a simple mat for much of his adult life and wore plain clothing beneath his armor. He wasn't performing humility for an audience. He genuinely believed that unnecessary things weigh down a clear mind. So take an honest inventory. What are you doing purely out of guilt? What is stealing your attention while giving you absolutely nothing back? Cut it. Not next month. This week. Every yes to something that drains you is a no to something that could actually fill you up. Ask yourself, if I could only protect 3 priorities this week, what would they be? Build your days around those 3 things, and let the rest fall quietly away. If this is landing for you, hit subscribe right now. It genuinely helps this channel keep making videos like this one, and it means you won't miss the next mindset shift we cover. Shift 6. The obstacle becomes the way. The Stoics didn't view obstacles as interruptions to a good life. They viewed them as the raw material a good life is made from. Marcus Aurelius wrote one of the most quoted lines in all of Stoic philosophy: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every setback is not a detour from your path. It is the path itself, just wearing a disguise you didn't expect. Consider the plague that swept the Roman Empire during his reign, one of the deadliest outbreaks in the ancient world. It killed soldiers, senators, and reportedly even one of his own co-emperors. Marcus did not have the luxury of asking why this was happening to him. He had an empire to hold together. So instead, historians note, he focused his energy on what the crisis was teaching him about mortality, duty, and the fragile nature of the very power he held. That single shift in framing, from why me to what now, is what separates people who are broken by hardship from people who are shaped by it. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived a concentration camp nearly 2,000 years after Marcus Aurelius died, arrived at the exact same conclusion through unimaginable suffering. Everything can be taken from a person except one thing: the freedom to choose how they respond. You cannot always choose what happens to you. You can always choose what it means. Shift 7. Close each day on purpose. The Stoics treated evening reflection as a non-negotiable ritual, not a luxury for people with extra time. Every night, Seneca reportedly asked himself the same 3 questions. What bad habit did I resist today? What did I do better than yesterday? Where did I fall short? And what will I do differently tomorrow? This isn't about self-punishment. It's about closing the loop, so the day doesn't follow you into your pillow and steal your sleep. Most people lie awake replaying conversations and rehearsing arguments they'll never actually have. Then they wonder why they wake up already exhausted. Give yourself 5 honest minutes tonight. What went well today? What did today teach you? What is one thing you'll do differently tomorrow? You don't need a journal or a special app. You just need the willingness to actually ask. Shift 8. Guard what you let into your mind. You are shaped by what you consume, and that is not limited to food. It includes every piece of information, every conversation, every scroll through your phone before you've even gotten out of bed. Marcus Aurelius was famously careful about who he allowed to influence him, and Meditations actually opens with him thanking, one by one, the mentors and family members who shaped his character for the better. He understood that the people and ideas surrounding you slowly become the person you turn into, whether you notice it happening or not. Most people are careless with this. They open social media first thing in the morning and flood their nervous system with outrage before they've even had a glass of water. Then they wonder why they feel anxious and scattered by 9 in the morning. Be more deliberate. Ask yourself who you're following, what you're reading, what conversations you keep returning to. If it doesn't make you sharper, calmer, or kinder, it might be time to let it go. Shift 9. Choose discomfort on purpose. The Stoics practiced something close to voluntary hardship, not because they enjoyed suffering, but because they wanted proof, real proof, that they could handle more than they assumed. Seneca reportedly set aside several days each month, where he ate the simplest food, wore the plainest clothing, and slept without comfort, deliberately, just so he would never fear losing what he had. He wanted to know, from experience rather than theory, that he could survive with less. That kind of confidence cannot come from a motivational quote. It has to come from evidence you build yourself. You don't need to give up your bed to practice this. Take a cold shower. Go for a walk in weather you'd normally avoid. Sit in silence for 10 minutes instead of instantly reaching for your phone. Have the conversation you've been putting off for weeks. Small, voluntary discomfort. chosen on your own terms, builds a kind of quiet strength that shows up exactly when you need it most. Shift 10. Turn your attention outward. Here is the paradox that closes the loop on everything we've covered. The fastest way to feel better is often to stop thinking about yourself entirely. Marcus Aurelius wrote that when you rise in the morning, you should remind yourself of the privilege of being alive, of thinking, of loving, and then go do something for someone else with that gift. He believed that service was not separate from a well-lived life. It was the entire point of one. When you're stuck inside your own head, every problem feels enormous. But the moment you turn outward, help someone, offer a small kindness, contribute to something bigger than your own worries, something shifts. It doesn't need to be dramatic. A message checking in on a friend, really listening instead of waiting for your turn to speak. These small moments add up, and they remind you that you are not just here to survive your own thoughts. You are here to contribute something. Bringing it all together. So here is where that leaves us. You've walked through 10 shifts that together can genuinely change your relationship with happiness. You've learned to question your thoughts instead of obeying them automatically. To build structure, so you don't have to rely on motivation that will inevitably let you down. To focus your energy only on what you can actually control. To practice gratitude on purpose. Simplify your life without guilt, and treat every obstacle as material for growth rather than proof that you're failing. You've learned to close your day with intention, instead of carrying it, unresolved, into tomorrow. To protect your mind the same way you'd protect anything else you valued. To choose discomfort voluntarily, so real hardship never catches you unprepared. And to turn outward, because purpose is not a luxury, it's a need, just like rest and safety. None of this requires perfection. Marcus Aurelius wasn't perfect. He wrote these reminders to himself precisely because he kept forgetting them, over and over, for years. That is not a failure. That is simply what practice looks like. You will slip. You will have days where waiting feels easier than building. That's fine. What matters is that you keep returning to the work. So don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the schedule to calm down or for some sign that you're finally ready. Pick one shift from this list, just one, and commit to it for the next 7 days. Maybe it's the evening reflection. Maybe it's guarding your mornings from your phone. It genuinely doesn't matter which one you choose first. What matters is that you choose. Happiness was never going to arrive on its own. No one is coming to hand it to you. But you already have everything you need to start building it. Today, in this exact moment. If this video helped you see things a little differently, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment below and let me know I build my own happiness. Let's keep walking this path together. Thank you for being here. Stay present. Stay strong.